Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something that can quietly, and I mean quietly, chip away at the value of your most important asset, your patent. We're not talking about some obscure legal fine print here. We're talking about hidden dangers that can literally cost you millions by shortening your patent's lifespan. And we're going to show you how to spot them and, more importantly, how to protect every single day of market exclusivity that you've worked so hard for. Okay, so let's just get right into it. You've done the hard work, you've developed something amazing, and you filed the patent. That's it, right? That's the finish line? You're safe now.
Well, not quite. The truth is, filing that patent isn't the end of the road. It's really just a checkpoint in a much, much longer race. And if you're not careful, you could be losing precious time and money without even realizing it. And that brings us right to our first section, the race after filing. This is where the real work of protecting your patent's full lifespan truly begins. You know, the source material here uses this really powerful analogy. Imagine you've run a marathon. You're exhausted, you've given it your all, but then you realize a tiny navigational mistake in that last mile just cost you the entire race. That's exactly what can happen when you don't pay super close attention to the details of your patent term after you file. So what are these errors we're talking about, and why are they so costly? This isn't some abstract legal theory. No, this is about real, tangible impact on your business. So let's break down the two key concepts that really determine the length of your patent's life. First up, we've got something called patent term adjustment, or PTA. The best way to think of this is like getting time back on the clock. If the patent office, the USPTO, takes too long during their review process, you are actually entitled to have that lost time added back to the end of your patent's life. It's only fair, right? And then there's patent term extension, or PTE. Now, this one is absolutely crucial for any companies in biotech or medtech. If your product gets stuck in a long regulatory review with, say, the FDA, you can get an extension on your patent to make up for that delay. Now look at this, because this slide really highlights the problem. The top bar is what you think you have, that full runway of market exclusivity. But that bottom bar, that's what can happen when these little errors go unchecked. That gap between the two, that's your competition getting a head start, and that's your revenue window slamming shut way too early. And we're not talking about a small amount of money here. A few months might sound minor, but in a competitive market, that lost time can mean millions and millions in lost revenue. It can shake investor confidence, it can shorten your runway for growth. The big takeaway here is that these aren't just clerical mistakes, they are multi-million-dollar blunders. So, if the stakes are this high, how on earth do these mistakes even happen? Well, they almost never look like big, obvious screw-ups. They're sneaky. They hide in plain sight. And this, right here, this is the absolute core of the problem. It's not about someone trying to mess things up. It's all about unchecked assumptions. In a fast-moving company, it's so easy for people to just assume the dates are right, the forms are correct, and that the USPTO's math is perfect. But as we're about to see, those assumptions are exactly where the danger is hiding. Let's look at how this actually plays out. This timeline shows how these tiny, seemingly harmless issues just start to pile up. A response is logged one day late, an inconsistent date on a form. An automation tool pulls the wrong data. Each one is just a small crack in the foundation, but over time, they compound, until suddenly, bam, you've lost 6 months of your patent's life, and the window to fix it is gone forever. So where are these errors actually coming from? Well, as you can see, they pop up in really common places. We're talking about simple timing gaps, like being off by just 1 day. Incorrect data may be pulled from an old draft. You've got automation, which is great, until it quietly spreads a single error across your entire portfolio. And of course, there's the human factor, just relying completely on your outside counsel without that final, crucial internal check. Okay, that's enough about the problem. Let's shift gears and talk about the solution. The really good news here is that you can prevent all of this. It just takes a proactive, strategic playbook that you put in place before you even file. This is the key. It's a mindset shift that changes everything. You need to start thinking about this like a pilot's pre-flight checklist. No matter how many times a pilot has flown, they go through that checklist. They verify every single switch before takeoff. Your patent filing deserves that exact same non-negotiable rigor. So what does this checklist actually look like? Let's walk through it. Number 1, build control. That means assigning clear ownership. Someone on your team has to be the person responsible for that final review. Second, Sync your documents. Make sure every single date and detail is consistent everywhere. Third, verify your timing. Double-check your submission timestamps against the official receipts from the USPTO. And finally, number 4, create a living system. Use every filing as a chance to learn, to get better, and to make your process even stronger for the next one. And that leads us to this really powerful quote from the source material. This isn't about being good at fixing problems after they happen. It's about building a culture where you verify everything up front, making it basically impossible for those problems to even happen in the first place. So here's a question I want you to really think about for your own company. Right now, is your culture one of reaction or one of verification? Are you putting out fires or are you fireproofing the building? All right, let's bring this all home. At the end of the day, this isn't just about legal busywork or checking boxes. This is about taking control of your most valuable and totally non-renewable asset, your time. And remember this, your invention is absolutely brilliant, I'm sure of it. But the real asset is the amount of time you have exclusive rights to sell it. Every single day of that market exclusivity is priceless, and protecting it is just as important as protecting the invention itself. And look, when you get this right, the benefits just ripple across your entire business. Your investors see a company that is precise and on top of things. You can negotiate better deals from a position of strength. You can launch products with way more confidence and forecast your revenue more accurately. It signals a level of operational maturity that makes your whole company more valuable. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Your patent protects your invention. That's what it's for. But who protects your time? After this explainer, I really hope the answer is crystal clear. You do. Thanks for watching.